Paul worked for National Cylinder Gas as a salesperson, and he used to call, CK Supply was right across the alley, and he used to call on CK, Homer Fudge, and his dad owned it. He called on them, and then after a few years, he asked Paul to work for him. And so then he did. So Paul worked for him he quit National Cylinder and worked for CK, and then after a few years, Homer and his dad wanted to sell the place. His dad wanted to retire, and Homer didn't want the company. So he gave Paul the first chance to buy it. So we paid $2,800 down, and then we had to scrape up the other $10,500 or whatever. And we borrowed from my folks $5,000, and his friend Mickey gave him money, and we had to sell the house. So we had to move with 3 little kids.
The culture at CK then was very small. We were a small company, and pretty much it was very close-knit. Everybody kind of knew what everybody's little jobs were, but people would pitch in to help you here and there. But the culture was just really a family culture.
When we started out, we only had, I think, 4 employees. Then we moved around the corner down to Folsom, and that was a much bigger place. And that's when we hired a lot more people, and the business started really doing well at that point. About 5 salesmen and 3 trucks, and people working in repair.
Well, the Folsom building was the original building. It's where I started, 4241 Folsom. We moved to 4244 Folsom during the 18-inch snowstorm. And there was only 5 of us that showed up. Tom Dunn, Dave Teeson, Kid Lennebrink, Charlie Rival, Rick Matthews, and myself showed up for them.
When I came to work in '95, my office was in the fill plant in Folsom across the street, and that happened to be Paul Dunn's old office. And at that time, he was still coming in, once a week. He felt comfortable coming over and sitting in his old office, which was now mine, and sharing stories about, when there was only 5 employees and what they used to do. And he can't believe how much the company's grown, and I can only imagine if today he could look at what we're doing and the investments we make on a daily, weekly basis.
I remember one time Paul calling me in and talking to me and having a pretty good talk, and we were good friends because I've known the family for years. But he gave me a heart-to-heart talk, and I think that it was the best thing that ever happened to me, and from that day on, it made a difference in my life.
Tom worked when he was in school, all in the summers, and then when he got out of college, he worked full-time. And that's when Paul started grooming him for the business.
There were some concerns of Tom taking over the company, but Paul came to all the people and said, I believe that if you guys give Tom the support that you gave me, CK will continue to grow. Tom believed in growth, expansion, and technology. He was very technology driven. Whatever, if there was computers that needed to be getting, new vehicles, whatever, he went that way.
I can remember my very first company meeting, and I really didn't know anybody, and sat there, and some of the drivers got up on the stage, and they were all applauding Tom because he had just painted all of their trucks black with the new lettering on it, and they were all excited about that. And at that moment, I thought, well, these people really care about what's going on here, and the employees really appreciated it.
My dad was in this business, and I remember my dad coming up to me and saying, "Have you ever heard of CK Supply?" And I'm like, "No." I mean,
moving into the Central Hardware Building, you would think that would have been a mess. But to be quite honest, Larry Greiner took that bull by the horns, and I think it was pretty seamless move. Basically, over a weekend, everything got moved to the new facility, and we woke up Monday morning in business and running full steam ahead. So
I think that was a $4 million debt. Then growing the business and making Ned Lane the president was a big transition in the structure of the company. So I think that was a major milestone.
In about 2000, we started what I would call open book management. We started sharing the financials with all the employees in quarterly meetings, tying incentives, our 401k. And the thought process is, if you give them the information and treat them like owners, they'll act like owners, and they were able to grab onto that, and they knew how we were keeping score, and they helped us score.
the second milestone would have to be when we actually opened the O'Fallon, Missouri store. It was interesting. Tom and I, Tom said, we had opened the Alton store, and I said, I think we're missing the boat. I think the biggest growth is out in the St. Charles County area, and it was the fastest growing county in the state of Missouri. So Tom goes, let's go see what's available out there. So we jumped in the car, and we drove out to O'Fallon, and here we see a guy at the current location was just a house, 900 square foot house, and guy's out mowing his grass. And I said, I think this is a good spot. It was right on a service road, and Tom goes, pull into the driveway, and we get out, and Tom goes up to the guy and said, hey, would you like to sell? And the guy goes, well, it depends what you're going to give me for it. And Tom said, well, I'll contact you tomorrow, I believe, and we'll talk numbers. And I think the next day it was signed, the sale, and from that point on, it blossomed out in that area.
For me, it was the start of Gas Express in 1997. Mike Hafley and I kind of handed that responsibility, and we put in the first 140 tanks together, just the two of us. And obviously it's continued to grow. Mike's done a great job with that, as well as our service techs and our salespeople have continued to make that grow. So that's probably the first big project that we took on that has grown and become very successful.
Because we're always challenging ourselves to be better than we were before. Internally with how we deal with people, and externally how we deal with our customers. We're always challenging ourselves.
CK has always been good to me. I mean, they've always cared about their employees. They've always appreciated us, I guess is a good word, and just made us feel like we were at home. So, yeah, I was always comfortable, felt accepted, good place to work.
And that starts with the DUNN family. From the moment you start here, you've been invited into the family, and you're treated like family. We do have people that work hard. We do have a lot of information that we share with our customers, but people don't really care about where they work unless the people that own and run the company care about them.
Paul always said, the employees makes the success of the business. They are the very important ones in the business, is the employees, so you want to treat them right.
Everybody's dedicated to their job. They want to do a good job. They want to make the customers happy. It's just because everyone cares about what they do.
CK has stayed successful for the last 70 years because of fair and honest treatment of their customers and their employees. And when you treat your employee fairly, it shows through to the customer.
It's exciting. It's an exciting time at CK. We're rolling out new products. We're looking at new geographies. In our team. And when I say that, from our employees to our managers to our ownership, we got the best team out there. And I think I'm excited about the next generation of ownership. I think they understand what it took to get here, and I think they've got a grasp on what it will take to get us to the next level. both in capital investment and commitment, and I think they get it.
This has been my family. I probably spent more time here at CK than I have at home.